Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, and I'm here today to bring the review for My Hero Academia, episode 53, the start of the provisional license exam. So in the beginning of the episode, so there's a couple of things I want to talk about. So in the beginning of the episode, we have that thing with Gravity, in denial about her feelings with Deku, and romance is good. I'm not like I'm not against romance in anime, but that's how we start off the episode. Basically, her in denial of her feelings, her looking out at Deku from the window, while Deku's trying to work out his shooting style. I should mention before that how Deku is not the only one who has had upgrades to their costume, and we see other characters who've had upgrades to their costumes. That was mentioned in the episode. So obviously, these upgrades should play a part within the exam. So, like I said, with your Revity, and then moving on, we head to the provisional license exam. We're outside, and this is where we meet some of the students that they're going to be up against. And the only one I want to mention is the guy whose name I can't remember, but you should know who I'm talking about, the over enthusiastic guy. So we find out that he loves UH. Is it called UH? He loves the main school, and we find out that he's from the rival school, and we also find out that he did apply to be part of UH, but he was it UK? He did apply to the main school, but he turned down the offer. He was the top recommended student above Shoto, and we can see that Shoto does feel kind of way about this. So, like I said, at this part of the episode, outside the provisional license place, they meet some of the students, but obviously he was the most interesting one. And then they go into the building. When they go into the building, we find out the rules of the competition. And now it was previously stated that 50% of the people who partake in the exam pass, but based on the rules of the examination that they're about to participate in, only 1% would pass. We also do find out, this was early on in the episode though, that the provisional license exam happens, I think it's in 3 places at the same time, but 3 different locations around was it the world of Japan? Either way, it doesn't matter. But this explains why that it's only class A that's gone to this location, where class B have gone to another location. So before we get to the climax of the episode, it is hinted at that Eraserhead has been keeping something from the students, from the class A students, and as the episode goes on, and towards the end of the episode, we find out what this thing is. We find out what this thing is, and it's basically a crushing of the main school. And that how they always target them because they're the most known about students there at the time, and this is simply because of the sports festival. Their quirks on display during the sports festival, the most known about. So people go to crush them, or at least I should say, try to crush them at the first attempt every time. The examination is different every year, but they always go to defeat the main school first because the quirks are the most known about. And the Razorhead was asked, "Why didn't you tell your students this?" And he says, it ain't gonna change anything. It ain't gonna matter. That them knowing it's not gonna change what they know what they have to do. This is what Eraserhead said. We also do find out some little bits of more pieces of information about the provisional license exam itself. For example, that how it's not just first years that will be there. There will be people there who are more experienced than them, and that's pretty much it. So we know that only 100 people will be getting through. So my question to you, because I am a manga reader, is do you think out of the 1,540 people present, the entirety of Class A, which I think is 20 people, will get through? I am going to give this episode a 3-star rating and call it a review. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.